is cryptographic, that requires that you should have policy about cryptographic control. If you are applying any cryptographic control, what sort of and when they are applied, what they are applied. And if you are applying using keys, then the key management procedure should be there, or digital signatures or other things like that. Next domain is physical and environment security, and that takes you with respect to the secure areas and equipment security. And that talks about all control that you can apply with respect to the physical and environment security, like having entry control, temperature control, hazard controls, electric hazard controls, and other things. Next domain is operation security, and afterwards is communication security. They talk about the network in detail, network and communication. The next domain is system acquisition, development, and maintenance, and that talks about if you are developing, acquiring, or maintaining a software solution, then what are the controls that should be in place with respect to requirement analysis, with respect to testing, with respect to deployment, with respect to maintenance, with respect to backup, all this stuff. Then comes the next domain, supplier relationship, and this talks about if you're dealing with your vendors, third party, what needs to be taken care of. Like if you're making a contract, so what are the security requirements associated with that service or product that is being acquired from them. How you're communicating these security requirements, how you're ensuring that they will follow those and they will comply to those requirements. How often you are applying check on them, and this kind of stuff. And also if they are providing service, then you have to manage the service delivery, manage the changes to the service delivery and so on. So this is what is part of supplier relationship. The next domain is information security, incident management. How would you, what is the mechanism in place? Who should be reported if something happens? How people can identify that, where to report, what happens once it is reported, what is the escalation procedure, and things like that. The next one is information security aspects of business continuity management, and mostly it is focused on, like, if the disaster happens, then how do you ensure that information security is not compromised? Like in a chaos, it's not a case that sensitive documents are shared without any care applied, something like that. The last one is compliance. Compliance to what you have developed in your environment, information security system, as well as compliance to regulatory or other regulatory and law requirements that are applicable to your organization. So this is part of the last domain. So just a high-level overview of what 27002 provides. Next one is ISO 27001, and that is related to information security risk management. It provides you the guidelines for structured risk analysis, and mostly support ISO 27003 standards. So these are the things that are involved in this standard. The guidelines are provided. In the first step, you have to establish the context. And context means, as we talked about, knowing your security needs, knowing your environment, knowing your business functions, knowing your security needs and other things. And then comes part of the risk assessment. It has two parts, risk analysis and risk evaluation. Risk analysis involves risk identification. The first step is identifying the information assets. And after identifying information assets, you have to identify the threats, vulnerabilities associated with that, and consequence if that vulnerability is being exploited by a threat. And then risk estimation is referring to identifying the impact, level of impact or consequence if that risk occurs. What is the probability of that risk to occur? And based on your existing control, that will define what is the likelihood, what would be the impact. Because more control you have, less probability or less impact you might be having. So, and that refers that you have to go this exercise again and again, because maybe today you have less control applied, but after 6 months you have more controls applied. You have to revisit this exercise and find out if still that risk has the same probability or it has been reduced. Still the impact is going to be the same or it has been reduced. And this may lead you to, after risk analysis, and risk evaluation, once you have assessed the risk, the next step is risk treatment. So if you have assessed the risk properly and you have considered that there is a criteria that you have that, for example, all high priority risk or risk related to this area needs to be taken care of. So based on this assessment, you have to come with a risk treatment plan. Risk treatment strategy can have four, you can say, options. One of them is reduce or mitigate. And that means you have to apply some controls and to ensure that either you prevent that risk to occur and or you reduce the probability and or impact of a particular risk. Second option for that is transfer. You have to transfer the responsibility of treating the risk to some other organization, like for example insurance or reciprocal organization for taking care of certain risk. Third one is accept. Accept means like the residual risk is small enough that you need not worry about, possibly, or there is nothing that you can do about it. It's not feasible to do anything about it. That's kind of the stage that is talked about, accepting the risk. So this is the cycle of risk treatment. From going through all this cycle, you have the risk management in place. As you can see, the major step involved are risk assessment, involving risk analysis and risk evaluation, and going through risk treatment. And as you go on, you may accept certain risks over a period of time. Initially, there might be none or few, but as you go on, there will be more risk that has been accepted because you have controlled most of the risk. Besides that, as you can see on the right and left, there is risk communication across the organization as well as risk monitoring reviews in place, as I just mentioned in the beginning. Next one is ISO 22301, Business Continuity Management System. It specifies the requirements to plan, establish, implement, operate, monitor, review, maintain, and continually improve a documented system to prepare for, respond to, and recover from disruptive events when they arise. So basically, it's kind of a preparation for, like, what if something happened, some disaster happened, some disruption happened to our business. You have to prepare for that. If it happens, how would you respond to that? Who will be involved? When? How? And how soon you can recover from the disruption. So you might be going to the temporary recovery to the normal routine and how much time to take, what steps to be involved. All this is involved in business continuity management system. Similar to ISO 27001, it has the same PDCA cycle. I won't touch the other areas, but I will just go through this. In the operations, what you have to do is you have to have operation planning and control for business continuity management. You should be performing business impact analysis and risk assessment with respect to business continuity. Like if some disruption happens, then what is the impact on the business? And is it big enough, large enough to take care of? This is what business impact analysis and risk analysis is. The next step is business continuity strategy. So you have to come up with a business continuity strategy. Okay, if this happens, then what to do? How we are going to have a temporary or fallback arrangement in place, how soon, and how soon we can get back to the routine operation. So this is part of the business continuity strategies that you have to define based on each scenario that you have identified. The next one is establish and implement the business continuity procedures or plans. And it's not that once you have developed this, you have to exercise them and you have to test them. And there are many ways or many techniques that you can apply to verify your business continuity management system is or procedures are effective. Will they work when they are required or not? So that's the purpose of the last bit. The rest is all about the same, but in the context of business continuity. So next time is just PCI SSC is the Payment Card Industry Security Standards Council, and they have developed standard for payment card industry, ecosystem of payment devices, application, infrastructure, and user. These are standard. Like the first one is PCI PTS, that is payment transaction security. The second one is payment application data security standard, and the last one is PCI data security standard. So they cover different domains, different audience with respect to payment card industry. Besides these, there are several other standards and best practices available. I have listed a few more. For example, ISO 20000, this is IT service management, guides you how IT services can be managed well, and it is basically in line with ITIL best practices. ISO 38500, and this is corporate governance of information technology. So this is the one who is governing IT in the organization. Next one is COBIT, control objectives for IT and related technologies, and this is a roadmap for good IT governance by ISACA. Open Web Application Security Part, OWASP, as mentioned by Adit earlier. This is another source of information with respect to information security. A very good source of information, NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, and especially for security, special publications, 800 series that you can look at. This is the Europe. CIS is another source similar to NIST, Center for Internet Security, and you can go for resources related to information security on this side as well. So having said so, we have talked about the 5-step approach towards establishing a security framework. Realize enterprise security needs, evaluate existing security posture, assess enterprise risk, define process to regulate technology, and implement a security management system. And I have also talked about different things at different times while I was going through these steps, as well as later on giving some examples more detail. What this chart shows is not something hard and fast rule that this is it, and you cannot do anything else. This is one of the options that any organization needs to take on. Like what I am trying to show on the screen is that how these standard best practices can help you better in which area. For example, if you are looking at realized enterprise security needs, ISO 27001 does provide you guidelines on how you can do this. Besides that, 22301 also contributes to the same, identifying security needs of the organization. ISO 20000, with respect to IT services, it is also providing you the guidance what needs to be there. And besides that, the next step is evaluate existing security posture. Again, ISO 27001, because it is the framework for information security management system. As you can see, it is referring to all. But besides this, if you talk about evaluate existing security posture, you can do it through PCI DSS or NIST or CIS guidelines, as I just talked about network security architecture review or secure configuration review, and other things. The next step is assess enterprises. Again, as I talked about 27015, that is information security risk management guidelines. ISO 22301, that is talking about business impact analysis and risk analysis, also linked with that. The next one is define process to regulate technology. And this ISO 27001 as well as 27002, both of them provide a lot of details for implementation guidance of what kind of procedures should be in place to regulate the technology you have. And besides that, what you can have to support you, mainly ISO 20000.
Cyber security framework or laws, they do exist in Pakistan. I think the only challenge we have is their implementation. उसको implement कौन करेगा? मतलब आपकी जो police है या FIA है या जो भी है, वो they are not really trained to implement that law. But as we speak, there have been some good examples also. ये नहीं है कि इस law को जो भी law उसके अंदर available है, FIA की, there is a cyber crime unit, NR3C, and they have done some good work, in the last few years, protected the industry. IP copyright violations कुछ हुई थी, they were involved and they were able to, So I'm not saying that it is ideal, but I think this is one area we need to create more awareness about those laws and train the public sector employees.
मैं एक बड़ी फनी सी चीज़ शेयर करता हूँ, तो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी की बात करें तो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में हमारा जो सॉफ्टवेयर रहते हैं इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट के तहत उसको सिक्योर किया हुआ है, तो व्हेन वी सेंड द डिटेल्स टू द कंसर्न डिपार्टमेंट, दे सेंड अस अ लेटर रीडिंग कि फलाना सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप्ड इन दिस लैंग्वेज इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ लॉ स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, एंड जो उसकी वो डिस्क्रिप्शन थी उसमें हमारे सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ साथ C++ जो थी वो हमारी प्रॉपर्टी डिक्लेयर हो गई.
You are right. I think this is one area. That needs attention. Creating more awareness and.
I have actually written it in this my suggestion. Next time you guys just group us together. Why don't you have a discussion over these laws?
Ali, I just want. My second question is, I'll just take 2 minutes to explain that. पाकिस्तान में लॉ है, बट राइट नाउ एज वी स्पीक इट्स अंडर करंट रिवैम्प। अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो लॉ बन जाता है बट मिनिस्ट्री से पास नहीं होता, और वो लॉ जब बन जाता है तो वो इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है। द करंट वर्जन ऑफ द लॉ दैट स्टैंड्स इज 48 pages.
It's not
Now
a
you
law
start
yet,
reading
but I
it.
believe that still is not a
Yes,
law.
then you start reading it and then you lost. आपने भी लॉ की बात की, I'll just show you one law. It's quite
ऑर्डिनेंस आता
जी।
है, वो असेंबली पास नहीं करती, वो लॉ नहीं बन सकता। ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा
मैं
है।
सर अभी आपको एक
अभी तक कोई लॉ नहीं है।
here we go.
ऑर्डिनेंस आता
You talk about
है,
the law.
3 महीने इफेक्टिव रहता है, उसे एग्जिस्टिंग आपकी जो नेशनल असेंबली पास नहीं करती, वो लॉ नहीं बनता।
तो मैं आपको एक मिनट
ऑर्डिनेंस नहीं है कोई
हाँ
अच्छा चलो
एक
गवर्नमेंट
था डेटा प्रोटेक्शन के हवाले से था, साइबर सिक्योरिटी गवर्नेंस में नहीं। आपने लॉ की बात की है। In my introduction, I also introduced myself that I am a member of the review committee for the critical infrastructure protection law in Qatar. अब ये उस लॉ की जो है ना वो थोड़ी सी फाइंडिंग, मतलब पूरा लॉ है ये वहाँ पे इस टाइम मिनिस्ट्री के पास चला गया हुआ है साइनिंग के लिए। How many pages it is? 8 pages. And what it provides, it does not talk about airy fairy things. It talks about concrete actions. आपको गाइड करता है, you can take that law right now, अभी ले लें आप ये लॉ और इम्प्लीमेंट कर लें पाकिस्तान के ऊपर। I can assure you 200% time it would work. Reason, वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को बाउंड करता है कि क्या क्या करना है। मैं इसकी कुछ समरीज बता देता हूँ। ये कहते हैं जी every critical organization must have a CISO in place. Every organization must do a risk assessment. कोई भी स्टैंडर्ड लॉ हमें नहीं पता, कंट्रोल्स डिफाइन कर दिए, ये कंट्रोल होने चाहिए, कौन सा वेंडर लॉ हमें नहीं पता। आफ्टर एवरी 6 months आईसीटी कतर जो वहां की गवर्निंग बॉडी है, दे वुड कम डू द रिव्यू, और अगर एक सर्विलेंस ऑडिट हो गया है 2 के बाद आपको 3.5 लाख रियाल जुर्माना पड़ेगा फर्स्ट टाइम के ऊपर। एंड लास्टली अगर कोई ऐसा नवाइस है तो ये कहते हैं जी मुझे नहीं पता कि मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्रिटिकल है या मेरे एसेट्स क्रिटिकल है या नहीं, मींस ट्राइंग टू फाइंड एन एस्केप आउट ऑफ दिस। लेट मी शो यू व्हाट द लॉ सेज। So, the law says, ये मैं आपको एक पूरा मैट्रिक्स दे रहा हूँ, इस मैट्रिक्स पे अपने आप को स्कोर कर लें and you will be able to come to know what if your organization or your asset falls in a critical infrastructure or not. बड़ा सिंपल सा लॉ है, लेट्स रीड इट। वो कहते हैं जी पहले तो ये चेक करिए ये फैक्टर्स हैं, इन फैक्टर्स पे रेट होगा कि अगर एसेट कॉम्प्रोमाइज होता है तो पॉपुलेशन इंपैक्ट कितना है, इकोनॉमिक इंपैक्ट कितना है, इंटरडिपेंडेंसी क्या है, स्कोप इंपैक्ट क्या है और सर्विस इंपैक्ट क्या है। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ग्रास गैस डाउन हो गई है या उसका कोई एक ऑयल प्रोडक्शन यूनिट डाउन हुआ है तो कितने लोग इंपैक्ट होंगे, 500 से ऊपर। इंपैक्ट क्या है, इकोनॉमिक कॉस्ट बिलियंस, इक्विवेलेंट टू बिलियंस। इसकी अदर इंपैक्ट्स क्या है, क्या मॉडरेट है, नहीं जी ये तो पूरा का पूरा डिबिलिटेशन हो जाएगी। और इंटरनेशनल इंपैक्ट होगा इसका, सिर्फ कतर इंपैक्ट नहीं हो रहा, एक बैंक इंपैक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, टेल्को इंपैक्ट नहीं हो रही। हेंस उसके अलावा सिविलिटी इंपैक्ट क्या है, इसको रिवर्ट करने में may take more than 180 days or whatever scoring that you want. It's a national risk, ability to control and doubt.
अभी जो आपने ये शो किया, दिस इज मोर अबाउट द कंपनी द सोशल एरिया, सोशल साइड को कवर नहीं कर रहा, और उसकी जो if we are talking about the law, तो law companies
नहीं देखिए लॉ एक मिनट
कवर नहीं करता।
आपके उधर ठीक है, मैं बताता हूँ लॉ का नाम क्या है। लॉ का नाम है क्रिटिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोटेक्शन लॉ, ठीक है। तो दिस वाज ओनली मेंट फॉर
We
क्रिटिकल
were talking
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर।
about the
I'll show you another one.
overall.
I'll show you another one. Personal information privacy law. Now that law is a little big. On this page है, degree है. So if anybody wants.
So the point is we cannot compare the organizational law
Absolutely,
with 8 pages
absolutely.
and the Pakistan law with the
Absolutely.
48 pages.
Absolutely. What I'm trying to say is that this law provides guidelines कि आप क्या कर
Of
सकते
the
हैं.
one area.
Yes.
Of the one
And
area.
even this one is
So
well.
we cannot say that the Pakistani law is 48 pages.
Obviously,
and this is the 8 pages.
all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is कि जो कॉम्प्लिकेशन है उसको रीड करने में, जो कॉम्प्लिकेशन है उस लॉ को रीड करने में वो एक कॉमन बंदा नहीं कर सकता। एक बैंक हो या टेल्को, उसको अपने लीगल कंसल्टेंट के पास जाना पड़ेगा और वो लीगल कंसल्टेंट फिर उसकी जो एडवाइस देगा
We should
उसको बता
focus
देगा।
on what we need to do better.
I absolutely agree. But the point is there are examples that we can take and learn from. ये जो
Actually, as
हम
you are saying that 2 pages, 8 pages, 10 pages,
It doesn't matter.
When we condense something, you know that we are leaving a space for the lawyers, legal counsel and judges to make their own decisions then. You know that interpret, we are increasing the grey areas.
देखिए मैं
Grey area.
पेज के ऊपर तो there is no
Where
debate.
they come,
100 पेज का हो,
and talk.
100 पेज का हो, आम बंदे के लिए रीडेबल हो. अब ये मेरे लिए बनाया गया पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन प्राइवेसी प्रोटेक्शन लॉ, ठीक है? ये चाहे 2 पेज का हो चाहे 100 पेज का हो. If it uses jargons from that only a lawyer can understand, तो शायद ये मेरे काम का नहीं है. That's what I'm trying to make a point here. तो उसको आसान रखें, जो भी बना रहा है लॉ आसान रखें, इजी टू इम्प्लीमेंट रखें, इजी टू लर्न रखें, ताकि मैं कुछ पढूं तो मुझे समझ आ जाए कि यार मेरे क्या क्या राइट्स हैं, कुछ होगा मेरी इंफॉर्मेशन को तो मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. That's it. वो चाहे 2 पेज का है, चाहे 100 पेज का है, चाहे 1000 पेज का है, doesn't matter. All it needs to have is clarity.
अब जो लॉज हैं वो जो कंटेम्प्रेरी डेवलप हो रहे हैं वो ये नहीं है कि जी आप उनको कंडेंस करें तो उसमें चीज़ें मिस हो जाएंगी, बल्कि वो स्पेसिफाई कर देते हैं जो नंबर ऑफ केस सिनेरियोज हैं वो रिड्यूस कर देते हैं ताकि उनकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन.
Absolutely.
यहाँ पे वो हमारे पंजाब इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बोर्ड से कुछ लोग हैं.
जी बिल्कुल. समय है.
Okay.
समय
So
है.
then
कमेंट
my
कर दो.
question is that-
आगे क्वेश्चन नहीं है.
You know that,
Sorry, you got a question?
is it possible
Hey,
that at
Rajiv,
a provincial level we can take some initiative for that?
I think only Salma can answer this. I've got to get
So
some.
that's what it is.
Sir, I'll answer this question.
Working on it.
So at least we can set an example, just like other things. In Pakistan, Punjab normally takes the initiative because we may have more resources.
Definitely, we're already working on it.
Yeah, so
It will
that
take some
at
time,
least,
but it will be there.
so that is it in a draft phase.
We are working on it. The process is
वर्क तो
started.
ये हो गया, ये हमारी डिस्कशन होगी तो काम शुरू हो गया. वर्क तो ये भी हो गया, सोच
नहीं, ये
लिया.
work नहीं होता है. It is more than the discussion phase.
Okay.
I'm not the relevant person who is working on it directly, so I won't know the exact details.
So there was one question that please tell me.
Dr. Mureed from Islamabad NESCOM.
Sir.
Actually, PICO Pakistan Electronic Crime Ordinance सबसे पहला था लॉ जो बाकायदा जनरल मुशर्रफ के दस्तखत से इशू हुआ और इम्प्लीमेंट भी रहा है. FIA वाज रिस्पॉन्सिबल. सेकंड वो प्रोमोनेट भी हुआ एक दफ़ा और उसके बाद वो खत्म हो गया 6 महीने बाद. काफ़ी देर 3-4 साल 7 साल वो चलता रहा.
ऑडियंस बेस पे चलता रहा.
हाँ जी.
तो क्या लॉ नहीं बनाना चाहिए?
ये था एक कम्प्रीहेंसिव लॉ जिसमें आप ऑथेंटिकेशन, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक क्राइम्स और जितने साइबर सिक्योरिटी के पेरिफेरी में देखते हैं ना चीज़ें वो दे वर कैटर्ड वेरी वेल. अब लीगल रीजन जैसे बताई गई हैं कि ऑर्डिनेंस कैन नॉट गो फॉर एवर विद द न्यू चेंजेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट एंड
90 डेज के बाद आपको रिव्यू करना
वो अभी कुछ नहीं है.
रिव्यू करना है, इन्होंने नहीं करना.
अच्छा, दूसरी बात जो मैं एक पॉइंट सबके साथ शेयर करना चाहता था, जस्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ शेयरिंग समथिंग. टर्की में जो आपके पास क्या नहीं है साइबर सिक्योरिटी वर्ल्ड में, साइबर स्पेस में क्या नहीं, इट इज द मोस्ट प्रेशियस पैरामीटर इज टाइम. अगर आप नॉर्मल लीगल फ्रेमवर्क्स को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल लॉयर्स हैं, जजेस हैं वगैरह वगैरह, तो यू कैन नॉट कोप विद द प्रोग्रेस विद द न्यू थ्रेट्स एंड द इमर्जिंग चैलेंजेस योर बिजनेस हैज टू. सारे मुल्क इसी तरफ जा रहे हैं कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स ही अलग है पहले दिन से. लॉयर्स अलग हैं, जजेस अलग हैं, फ्रेमवर्क ही अलग है. लाइक इन टर्की जो जज है वो 2 घंटे में बाइनेट है कि 2 घंटे में उसने डिसीजन देना है वेदर टू स्टॉप ISPA, ये सर्विस प्रोवाइडर को रोकना है, किसी रोडर को शट ऑफ करना है, किसी जगह पे 4 कंप्यूटर्स हैकर्स को पकड़ना है. तो विद इन 2 आवर्स एंड इट इज ऑल ऑन ईमेल्स. वी मस्ट नो वन थिंग कि अगर हम अपने आप को चेंज नहीं करते, हमारी लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडीज अपने आप को चेंज नहीं करती, फ्रेमवर्क गवर्नमेंट का वैसे रिजिड है, तो देयर इज नथिंग टू डूइंग एनीवे. लॉ जितना मर्जी बनाना कि आप अलमारियां भरते जाएं. तो दिस इज द माइंडसेट with the growing age, with the IT and with progress and with the so rapid emerging threats कि आज एप्पल की एक वेबसाइट पे आप 1 मिनट में 47,000 डाउनलोड्स करते हैं. एक vulnerability means you are infecting within a minute 50,000 other computers, for example, just one example. तो इस ग्रोथ रेट के साथ आप एक लायंस को हायर करना, कानून ढूंढना और कानून में भी 15 जगहों पे ऐसे ग्रे एरियाज छोड़ना जो जिधर जिसका दाव लगे वो अपना इंटरनेट कर ले उसे. So this is not the way of doing it. I think if we go in that direction, so we have to think end to end, like cyber security.
I hope कि आपके जो comments हैं अगर कोई भी यहाँ पे relevant या साइमा या आगे कन्वे कर देंगी तो जो आप सबमिट करें I absolutely love that कि जो आप दिखा रहे हैं खास तौर पे उसकी जो एग्जीक्यूशन है
Yes.
लॉ की, उसके लिए पूरी गवर्निंग बॉडी
पूरी गवर्निंग चाहिए और these are the relevant people and I think most suitable people जो ये सोच सकते हैं। हम देखें प्रोफेशनल एक कोने में बैठे हुए गड़े के डड्डू हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम कर रहे हैं तो कर रहे हैं बस। We cannot think end to end कि आप end to end हम सारा कुछ करें, आप लोग कर सकते हैं, you must think।
So we have something more to do
We
there.
have something more.
All right, then I think
We
thank
already
you
have a
very
meeting with them.
I think with that we say thank you very much to you. The tea break is ready and we can move on. हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं ये बता दें।
We go to the third floor. Before we leave, I would like to thank you, Sajjad. I would like to thank you, Furqan and Amir for being here. And most of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time out. And I hope it was an informative session for you all. And it was time well spent. So we might disagree on a few things here and there, but eventually I think it went pretty good. So
Third floor.
we will do have similar sessions and seminars and conferences. So if possible, stay tuned with our Facebook at Punjab IT Board. So you will be knowing whatever events we are having.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.